Hi, Nora Spangler here with Stellar Realty Northwest. Today we're going to be looking backwards a little bit and we're going to review the whole year of 2022 and see what went on, how crazy was it, how quiet was it, what happened with prices, everything you want to know about the Bend real estate market. So whether you're considering a move to Bend or Central Oregon, or you already live here and you're just wondering what the heck happened last year, well, I'm going to let you know. So let's take a look at 2022. So usually the first thing that people want to know about is what is the median home price? What's happening there? Well, I can tell you that we ended the year at the end of December 2022, just a couple weeks ago, at about $712,000 as the median single family home price in Bend. That's just about where we were at the end of last year. That was $715,000, so just a tiny bit less. So we basically shot up. In February, we had our highest median home price ever, which was $820,000. Now, if you bought during that early time last year, you may have to wait a little while to gain back the equity that you lost this year. But it doesn't necessarily mean that every single house that was purchased was overpriced. So if you're curious, you live in Bend, what your home value is, go ahead and shoot me a message. All my contact info is down below, so just shoot me a message and I'd be happy to let you know what I think the value of your home is right now. So let's look back at what happened with interest rates, and then we'll talk about how that affected the Bend real estate market. If you watch the news at all, I'm sure you're aware that interest rates at the beginning of 2022, just a short 12 months ago, were about 3%. And not only were people rushing into the housing market to buy their first home, an investment property, anything they could grab at a 3% interest loan, also, all of us who already owned homes, hello, me included, we were refinancing to grab those low rates. So you can imagine there is a huge percentage of homeowners right now that have a very low mortgage rate. And what do you think that does to our inventory? Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a second. So what did this do to the Bend real estate market? Well, sellers got busy offering concessions. They were wheeling and dealing to get their homes sold. Even new construction was offering $10,000 and $20,000 toward your buyer's closing costs or upgrades, and they're still doing that. In addition, prices started dropping. Sellers need to sell their homes, and not all of them can afford to take it off the market. Maybe people were moving out of state, or for whatever reason, they needed to sell those homes. So they negotiated, and prices came down, and buyers won a lot of the time in 2022. This is where I'm going to take just a second to ask you to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you want to know more about Bend real estate, what it's like living here, moving to Bend, restaurants, shops, all kinds of great information. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. By the end of 2022, our inventory level had gone up, which is great. But some of that is due to the fact that homes are staying on the market longer. So by no means do we have a quote normal level of inventory. A normal level at the end of the year for our area should be about 600-ish homes. And in the high peak of our market in the summer, we should have at least 1,000 or 1,200 homes for sale. That is a very healthy, balanced market. We have not seen that in many, many years, and we are not there now. But it's a different kind of balanced market. We have pretty much even buyer demand and homes for sale. So it's kind of equal. It's not plentiful, like there's not a huge selection of homes to choose from, but buyers do have some negotiating power. It is so different from the pandemic years when buyers had to give up everything. They weren't doing inspections, they were not doing appraisals, they just gave up everything. And that is not what's happening anymore. So in that respect, we are in a much better and more balanced market in favor of buyers, I would say, right now. I want to share just one more piece of good news for buyers that happened in December. There's a statistic called the median percentage of original price. That's a mouthful. But what it basically means is how much of a discount are sellers having to give buyers in order to get their homes sold. And in the height of the pandemic, when people were bidding up the prices, that number was over 103% at the top of our market. Last month, it was 95%. So that means from that original price when the home was listed, it's selling for about 5% less than that. And that's great for buyers. It's not too bad for sellers to have to come down and negotiate a little bit. So that's a great number for buyers. It should encourage you, if you're looking to buy, that you can even look a little above your price point with the thought that you will probably be able to negotiate that price down a little bit. So think about that. So after reading a lot and gathering my thoughts, here's what I think is going to happen in 2023. I think prices are going to hold relatively steady where they are. I don't see them dropping a lot, maybe 3 to 5% at the most by the end of the year, but I think you're pretty safe if you buy this year that you're not going to see, a 10 or 20% drop in prices the following year. I just don't see that happening in Bend. There is enough demand for the homes that are on the market. Interest rates. I am not a mortgage broker. I'm not a financial advisor. So take this as you will, but I think rates are going to be up and down a little bit at the beginning of the year and probably settle in that 5 to 6% range by the end of the year. I don't see the interest rates going really low, not lower than 5% for sure in 2023. And I hope that's the direction they go rather than staying at the 7%. I think it's just uncomfortable for a lot of people. So that's what I think is going to happen. By the end of the year, I'm hoping for around 5.5% interest rates. And my best advice in this market right now, and all the time really, is if you're thinking of buying and you think, oh, I don't have enough money saved, my credit is bad, all these negative things, you know what? Just talk to a lender. Find out. That's your starting point. Then you can decide and you can see if it's affordable. So reach out. I'd love to chat with you. And Happy New Year to you. And I look forward to making more videos. I've not been making them as often, so I'm going to get back into that routine after some family and health issues going on. So, yeah, I'm going to get back to it. So go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you again here.